The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Today's match is between the Coastal Alabama Community College Coyotes and your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. At this time, please stand for prayer and remain standing for the national anthem. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the blessings you've given us. Thank you for both teams being here and getting here safely. Help them to remain safe on the court and help us to play to your honor and your glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Coastal Alabama, number 1, Kate Ball. Number 5, Lydia Miller. Number 6, Morgan Dykes. Number 10, Riley Edwards. Number 11, Reese St. Amon. Number 12, Julie Bochelle. And number 14, Ella Sprouse. The Coyotes are led by Coach Stephen Dickey. And now the starting lineup for your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. A sophomore from Heartland, Maine, number 2, Hope Brooks. A sophomore from Destin, Florida, number 4, Helen Payton. A freshman from Somerset, Kentucky, number 7, Olivia Boyd. A senior from Pensacola, Florida, number 13, Allie Whiting. A sophomore from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, number 14, Lissy Metzger. A freshman from Hampton, Georgia, number 15, Sydney Anderson. And a sophomore from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, number 16, Megan Kinsey. The Lady Eagles are led by Coach Kaylin Oman with assistant coach Carissa Aiken.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pensacola, Florida for tonight's Tuesday night match against the Coastal Alabama Community College Coyotes. This is, I believe, the one of several different branches that we're facing this evening. Not the same one that we've seen just a few weeks ago here against the Lady Eagles. The Lady Eagles currently on a hot streak, winning 7 of their last 8 matches. We are thrilled to welcome you back to the Nest. I'm Garrett Ordway, and joining me tonight is Carrie Ordway. Carrie, we're looking forward to a good match here from the Lady Eagles. What are some thoughts as we get started?
The Lady Eagles are coming off of, like you mentioned, a busy last weekend of play. They played 4 matches over the weekend, going 3-1. And this was a busy weekend, but a really good weekend for the Eagles. You know, they played some really tough competition. We're in a couple of 5-set matches, but really had a lot of good play that they were encouraged by coming out of the weekend. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword with a weekend like that. On one hand, you're really encouraged by the level of play that you had over the weekend, but on the other hand, you know, they are still to some extent recovering from the busyness of the weekend with the travel, some high-level play, some long matches even, and then getting back into the swing of their normal lives. So I think as we watch this match in particular, look to see how many of those positives they carried over from the weekend, but also how are they balancing potentially coming into this match a little bit tired.
All right, and we are about to get the serve underway. We've got both rotations getting set. And the Lady Eagles will look to get off to a strong start.
One of the things that the Eagles have focused on since their last home match is just, as always, going back to the fundamentals, working on their serving and also their serve-receive, mastering those 2 fundamental elements of the game to then be able to execute that stronger offense we've been accustomed to throughout the season.
And the first point will go to the Coyotes. Early 6 p.m. start here in Pensacola. Some fans still filing in as we look for the energy level from these Lady Eagles. It'll be Boyd with the first attack, and she benefits from a net violation by the Coyotes.
You know, Metzger showed some good mental discipline there. She had mispassed on her first serve-receive attempt. Coastal Alabama making a wise play to go directly back to her, but she handled that serve handily, getting it up to Peyton.
It'll be the senior Grace Liu. Back to serve. Coastal Alabama sets up their offense, blocked, but on the Lady Eagles side.
We see Anderson and Peyton both in position, but as we've seen throughout the season, sometimes just failing to extend back over the net to push that ball down on the opponent's side.
Kate ball to serve. High, Peyton gets it to Anderson, rolled over. In play for Coastal, a little out of system from the right side. Top spin one there. Metzger with the swing, and she gets the kill.
Great strong swing by Metzger after the Eagles had not been able to quite execute a good in-system offense. Set up beautifully by a great pass by Whiting up to Peyton. Peyton having all of her hitting options available.
It'll be Anderson to serve. In the middle, dug by Anderson. Dug by Anderson again. Peyton goes over on 2. Just evades the block. Liu gets there. Anderson will give the free ball. Coyotes will set up their attack on the right side. Over the block. Liu. Oh, but a net violation by the Lady Eagles.
Good defense by the Eagles there, though, both by Anderson being called upon to play defense, a role that she typically doesn't play as a middle hitter, but also from Liu on a particularly difficult swing.
All right, back and forth here in this first set. It'll send St. Amant back to serve. Diving over. It was tight. Peyton with the block. Evades the hands of the Eagles block there. Back set for Kinsey, and she scores.
We saw just such a clear demonstration of Peyton's excellent timing, both on that block. You know, she was definitely the shorter of those 2 going against the opponent there, but then also her timing with that connection with Kinsey, just both plays perfectly timed.
And it'll be Peyton to serve. Good one. Tight. Oh, and just off the hands of Brooks.
And that's one of those balls that you saw that go through the block. And as a back row defense player, you know, you are constantly working with the block to rely on the block to take away from some of the court that you have to defend. So Brooks really having to move into that area that she wasn't expecting to defend because of the ball getting through the block there.
Oh, and unable to get an attack on that one. Carrero had entered for Edwards for the Coyotes. Whiting, Kinsey, and Metzger in the front row. Peyton, Brooks, and Lou in the back row for the Lady Eagles. Lou gets it up to Peyton. Back set for Metzger. On the right side, dug up by the Coyotes. Back set, attack from the Coyotes. Brooks gets it to Peyton. Now Metzger on the outside. And the Coyotes will give a roll, a good one, handled, still alive. And the Lady Eagles will continue working. Brooks to Peyton, wide for Metzger. This one comes over, Lou gets there. In the middle for Kinsey, off the block, and off the hands of Peyton. Lady Eagles unable to quite put that ball down.
Some really great play, a lot of good hustle from the Eagles throughout the entirety of that play. And Kinsey especially dealing with that ball that had hit the net. Those are tricky to handle, and she did a good job with it.
Lou, Peyton, here's Metzger. Oh, I'm sorry, Whiting on the outside, starting in that position. And a quick run here by the Coyotes. Sees them lead 7-3. Lou tight for Peyton. Gets it to Kinsey, tipped over. Pass up high, set wide. Little off the net. Sprouse with the swing, and it's long. Boyd will re-enter for Lou. Lady Eagles able to get in system a few times and just haven't quite been able to put that ball away. Some good defense so far by the Coyotes. And the service error will send Sprouse back to serve. Brooks up high for Peyton. Back set. Oh, and it goes off of a Coyote there. A kill for Allie Whiting.
I really like that play call. We've talked before about how, you can really tell often how in system the Eagles have been based on Peyton's ability to use Whiting from that right hitting position. So I'm especially looking to see her getting more involved in the play as an indication that the Eagles are getting up passes good enough for her to be one of those hitting options.
Big swing out of the middle. I believe that's Edwards. I'm sorry, no, that's Williams for the Coyotes. And off the dig of Peyton out of bounds. Good block earlier in that play by Anderson. She does lead the nation in total blocks with an even 100 coming into this match. It'll be Dykes back to serve. Brooks, Peyton wide for Boyd. And it hit the antenna off the block. And that gives the point to the Lady Eagles.
Boyd showed a lot of patience in waiting for that ball. You saw her getting ready to start her approach. The set came a little farther back than what she was anticipating. But because she was patient, she was able to adjust and make a play on that.
Good job by Boyd. Split the block and then finished the overpass with a smart play there. It's tempting as a hitter to go up and swing really hard at those overpasses. Mm-hmm. Boyd with just a smart tip right there. And that one off the hands of Brooks. Strong swing from the right side by the Coyotes. Briggs will exit. Boschel will go back to serve. Whiting gets there. Peyton gives it to Boyd. And she gets the kill. A little bit off the net there, but she makes it work.
Yeah, another play where we saw her patience come into play there and really benefit her. And that's even more impressive because she is a somewhat undersized hitter compared to a much larger block that she was going against. The more off the net those sets are, it's even more difficult. That height discrepancy is magnified, so she did a good job of handling that.
Whiting. Metzger ends up with the tip and not quite a clean enough contact. Gives the point to the Coyotes. Still a tight first set, 11-8. The Coyotes lead the Lady Eagles. Deep, Handled by Whiting. Back set for Anderson. Little long.
That was a good play. I like that thought to go out of the right side. It's a little bit more unexpected. Anderson just a little far forward on that particular swing.
Lou gets it up. Peyton. Whiting from behind the attack line. Off the block of the Lady Eagles, but out of bounds.
And once again, a strong blocking presence by the Eagles. Just need to finish that block out by penetrating back over the net.
Libero Kate Ball to serve. Handcuffed Whiting there a little bit. And they'll reset for another serve receive. Dipping serve. Lou got it up. Anderson goes on the swing and gets the kill off the block.
I mentioned a couple of plays ago with that same setup that Anderson was just a little bit too far forward on the ball, unable to get behind it and change that trajectory downward. Perfectly placed with that one, though, staying behind it and able to swing down.
Attack from the Coyotes. Lou. And they're saying Kinsey was in the net there. And Brooks will re-enter as the libero for Anderson. St. Amant to serve. Peyton gets it to Megan Kinsey. The swing finds the corner.
There's a little confusion on that play, but Kinsey moving into position and still taking that ball. But actually, I think the somewhat mistiming of that swing worked out in her favor. She had taken a little bit off the strength of the swing, but had placed it in that deep cross-court corner, and that's a hard position to defend.
Oh, Peyton sails it a little long. And the Lady Eagles are going to take a timeout here in this first set, trailing 16-10. We'll take a short timeout as well. All right, and we are back, 16-10, the Lady Eagles trail. They're playing pretty well, but it feels like just a few unforced errors are holding them back.
Yeah, absolutely, and just even the timing of those unforced errors, like those missed serves, that really sucks the momentum, sucks the energy out of the play.
Megan Kinsey with a roll there finds the back line. Excellent placement.
Seeing once again her having a lot of success with a slightly less forceful attack, but an attack that's pushing that ball all the way back to that back line, and that's, once again, it's difficult to defend because balls don't typically go that far back.
Lydia Miller will enter the front row for the Coyotes. Metzger, Peyton gets it up high. Whiting tips it, blocked. Peyton gets it over to Boyd. Off some hands, dug up there by the Coyotes tight, and they'll push off the antenna, point for the Lady Eagles.
The Lady Eagles are still very much so in a position to make a run here and put themselves right back into contention. in this first set, but they're just going to have to work on reducing those errors and playing some clean ball.
Brooks with the serve in the middle. And Brooks was in position but unable to get it to Peyton after a good attack from the middle by the Coyotes. Morgan Dykes will enter for Dalen Williams. Metzger lets it go long. Feels like there's been a few of those deep ones that the Lady Eagles have played that you don't want to see them hit the court in. Whiting with the serve. Boyd and Anderson get there. Played by the Lady Eagles. Here's Boyd wide, tipped. And we're getting an explanation here from the down official about the antenna hit there by Boyd. And the point will go to Coastal Alabama. Bashell to serve. Brooks high to Peyton. Anderson with a little kind of cut swing, as that, I think, set was a little more in the middle than she was anticipating.
Yeah, you're not. I don't know that was exactly intentional as she was doing. I think she was more so forced to kind of swipe on the edge of that ball as she attacked it. But that's a great strategy for attacking, to give a spin to that ball that defense wouldn't necessarily be expecting on a typical attack.
Oh, and the Lady Eagles, the beneficiary of that shank pass.
Lou doing what we have praised her so often for, coming in, offering that stabilizing force to the team. Her consistency has been such a great asset to the Eagles this season.
Tipped. Oh, Whiting with a diving attempt, unable to quite get there. And the Lady Eagles just unable to quite put that run together here. But there's still some points left in this first set. Whiting gets it up high. Brooks gives it to Metzger. Big swing. And unable to get that one over. We'll see a second timeout in this first set by Coach Oman. Lady Eagles trailing by 6. All right, and we're coming back here with the Lady Eagles needing to find some momentum late in this first set. Whiting digs it there to Peyton. They'll start in system tight. Metzger with the tip. And the Coyotes rolling it over. Peyton, Brooks, back for Metzger. Good swing, and she gets the kill.
That's some good out-of-system play for the Eagles. Of course, you don't want to see them forced to play out of system there at the end, but good play nonetheless.
Good serve by Anderson. Attack out of the outside, and Whiting, we've seen the Eagles just facing some really strong swings from the Coyotes.
Some strong swings and strong serves as well. Whiting was on the receiving end of a tough serve a few plays ago, and then a strong swing as well.
Whiting gets it to Peyton. Here's Metzger. Rolled down the line, handled by the Coyotes. And we're seeing Megan Kinsey called for net violation. And she'll proceed to tuck her shirt in. Deep, too deep, and the Lady Eagles will head back to serve. Let's see who this is going to be. Helen Payton. Second in the nation in total service aces, with 51 coming into this match. And the Lady Eagles get the point. Just what the doctor ordered. Handled there by the Coyotes. Middle attack pushed. Metzger read it well. Peyton gives it back to Metzger. She splits the block, handled by the libero. Attack was a bit off the net there. Oh, back set for Whiting. Yeah, the block of the Coyotes scrambling to get over there.
And that's the benefit of having an attacker like Whiting coming from the right side, and the benefit of getting passes up to Peyton that are good enough for her to be able to use that attacking option. That was a strong hit that Brooks received there and got back up to Peyton. So just a perfectly placed dig.
Blocked by Kinsey. Oh, and unfortunate off the antenna there. Difficult, realizing where that ball is coming off the block. Right there at the net. And we've reached set point here. Carrero to serve. Brooks to Peyton. In the middle there for Kinsey. Big swing in the kill. But a net violation will end this first set. Some good things out of the Lady Eagles. They'll regroup here between sets 1 and 2. All right, we're getting ready for set 2. The Lady Eagles have switched sides of the court. Carrie, what are we looking for here in set 2?
I think an obvious area to work on and focus on for this match would be serve receive, simply for serve receive. You know, the Coyotes have put up some strong serves, but without a strong serve receive coming up to Peyton, the Eagles are limited in the offense that they can execute. And going against an opponent that is that they're really evenly matched against with Coastal Alabama, I think that's going to be more important than ever to get that solid start to each of their plays.
Lady Eagles always seem to stay just outside of striking distance in the latter stages of that first set.
And when you think about that distance, you know, right out of striking distance, so it would seem, you can so easily account for some of those errors, some of those service errors, some of those serve receive errors, those net violations as well, that very much so shifted the momentum and kept them at that distance.
All right, and we are restarted here. Brooks digs it up to Peyton, gets it wide to Metzger, big swing, and down the line, finds the line. Point for the Lady Eagles, good start there.
That's a really good start, and when you contrast this start to the start of the first set, you know, there's a big difference in going from a missed serve to getting all of the energy from that particular play.
Good serve by Peyton. Outside attack, off some hand, just off of Brooks' hands. Miller with the kill. A varied attack from the Coyotes. And we've talked about how that can benefit the Lady Eagles at times, but you know, the block of the Lady Eagles unable to maybe be quite as effective with the Coyotes spreading it around as well. Metzger blocked there on the right side, and it'll send the Coyotes back to serve. Lou gets it up, Peyton. Whiting on the outside, finding some hands, I thought, not finding any hands according to the officials, and it's a point for the Coyotes. Peyton, Whiting with the tip, and lands awkwardly. Looks like she's okay over there, but did contact the net.
The Eagles started off with such a strong play there. You know, I was going to say that's what they're looking for this next play, but, you know, we'll take a service error any day when it benefits you.
Boyd entering the front row, and Abby Minton, we've seen her come in to serve several times very effectively for the Lady Eagles. We'll look for that here as well. Deep, and comes right in.
That is a difficult job to be asked to do, to come in and serve, to be, you know, warm and fresh, but not only did she get that serve in, that was a tough serve as well.
Deep, and the Coyotes tight, tipped. Brooks read it. Peyton gets it wide for Boyd. Big swing high off the block, handled by the Coyotes. Back set. Deep, too deep, and a point for the Lady Eagles. 4-4.
We saw Boyd and Kenzie as a blocking presence be really effective throughout that play. On the first attempt, hitting attempt there, the Coyotes were forced to tip over them. Brooks read it and was there, and on the second one, forcing potentially a long hit.
Whiting with a good punch there. And kind of in the middle, Kinsey with the block. Tight, tipped. No net call there. Boyd with the roll. Still alive. And the free ball will come over. Lady Eagles set their offense up. In the middle for Kinsey. Dug by the Coyotes. Tipped. And Minton gets there. Brooks will give the free ball. Outside attack from the Coyotes. Off Whiting's hand, point for the Coyotes.
Unfortunate that play didn't end in a point for the Eagles, but had some solid play throughout.
Several opportunities for both teams, and Coyotes end with the point there. Brooks, Peyton, back set Whiting from the right side, blocked. Metzger gets it over to Boyd. Oh, strong swing. Coyotes in system, though, off the block and scores.
That was really good out-of-system play by the Eagles there. Boyd getting off a really strong swing. And once again, the Eagles' block was there, just not quite tight and pulled together.
Brooks, and it falls between Boyd and Peyton there. And so far, a set of runs here. Coyotes leading 7-4. Deep, too deep and wide. And Anderson will enter for Kinsey as the libero Brooks goes back to serve. Strong serve. Outside attack. Into the block, but again falls on the Lady Eagles side.
You know, one of the things about this Coyotes serve that makes it difficult that we've seen throughout the first set and the second is that they're very good at pushing that serve all the way to the back line. And I think several times it's caused a little bit of hesitation on the Eagles as far as, you know, is that ball in or out? And I think just that little bit of hesitation can mess up your timing just enough.
Whiting with the strong swing. Tipped. Whiting reads it. Peyton pushes it wide for Boyd off the hands of the block. A little out of system here from the Coyotes with the roll down the line, handled. Metzger gets there, and Anderson dug up there by the Coyotes. We play on. Metzger gets it high to Peyton. Wide for Boyd. Blocked. She uses it, and it's a point for the Lady Eagles.
There's a lot of scrambling on that play, but a lot of hustle. You like to see that heart out of the Eagles as far as, you know, they weren't going to give up on that play. A lot of hustle, you know. We saw Metzger scrambling for that ball, and often we see back row defense scrambling for those balls. But then we saw Anderson as well reach up and still make a play.
All right, we've got some changes for the Lady Eagles. Michaela Kinney into the front row. Miranda Knox into the back row. That attack from, I believe, Williams finds the line, and it's a point for the Coyotes. Boyd gets it up. Knox gets it over to Kinney on the outside. Deep attack, and the Coyotes will try to give a free ball, but it catches the net there from Briggs, and it's a point. 7-10, the Lady Eagles trail. Boyd will exit for Lou.
With the front row of Kinney, Anderson, and Metzger, this front row has a lot of potential to get some really strong swings in if given the opportunity.
Big swing, and it does end in a point for the Coyotes. That one splits the back line of the Lady Eagles.
We've seen a couple of uncharacteristic miscommunications here in this set, and, you know, part of that as a player, once again, coming off a busy weekend, you can be physically tired, you can also be mentally tired. That could be contributing to it, but once you make that type of error, it's also easier to continue making that type of error.
All right, and the Lady Eagles do earn that point on a net violation. A strong swing there from Metzger. Anderson with a good serve. Back set for a right side attack. Lou gets it up to Knox. Wide for Metzger. Just off the net and too far off. I believe the antenna was contacted there.
Good dig by Lou, getting that up to Peyton. I mean, you like the thought by Metzger as well to take a little bit off, give a little bit of a different look for the Coyotes defense to handle.
Serve there by Dykes. Knox gets it to Kinney. Strong swing, tight. Blocked by Megan Kinsey in the middle that time. Point for the Lady Eagles.
Kinney had such a strong, good, sharp cross-court cut coming from that right side. And it's always interesting for me to see Kinney play in the different positions that she does because, she's played middle, she's played outside, she's played right side. And I probably most often think of her playing as an outside attacker, but she's shown a lot of proficiency coming out of the right side as well.
Deep blue and unable to quite get it to Peyton in a spot to play it further. And this is about where we saw the Lady Eagles kind of get stuck in that first set. They weren't able to close this gap after the Coyotes had lengthened it. They'll look to put some good plays together in a row here. Metzger, Peyton, in the middle for Kinsey, finds the corner. Again, a little bit of off speed there from Kinsey. She's playing really well this evening.
Really smart play from Kinsey, and I think that is going to be, when I think about two teams that are evenly matched like what we have here, a couple of things. One, mastery of the fundamentals, how well each team is executing the fundamentals, but also which team is playing smarter. And right now, Kinsey is making some really smart plays with her attacks.
Good serve by Minton. Right side attack off the block and down. Point for the Coyotes. Minton will exit for Metzger. Back set for Whiting. Deep, finds the corner. Yes.
Whiting getting to that far back corner. We've talked about Kinsey getting to that corner. She capitalizing on that hole as well.
Brooks a serve. Good one. And it'll be a middle attack pushed over. Peyton, Brooks, wide for Whiting. That one too high, no contact by the Coyotes.
It was a tight set for Whiting to be able to handle, and we've seen her in that position several times throughout this match so far of, just a really tight set to be working with.
Boyd with the overpass. Coyotes will set up their offense. Deep, too deep. Back and forth now. Trading points. Peyton, Anderson, and Boyd in the front. We had a slight delay there, but we're back to it. In the middle, blocked by Anderson, still alive for the Coyotes. Strong attack there. Peyton goes on two. Still alive, off the block and down. Boy, a couple opportunities that the Coyotes were just ready for.
Yeah. The more that the Eagles give the Coyotes different looks like that, though, the more success that they're going to have because they're going to be forcing the Coyotes defense to make some decisions about where to go and where to defend.
Carrera with the serve. Peyton joust one there by Anderson, and we play on. Sharp attack there. Boyd with the attack now. Oh, and just misses the line of her own. 18-12, the Coyotes lead in this second set. Metzger gets it up. Peyton's there. Boyd on that outside. Back set. Off the hands of Boyd. And facing a 19-12 deficit, the Lady Eagles will take a timeout in this second set. right, 19-12. Lady Eagles trailing in the second set. They lost the first set 25-19. Dug up there by Brooks. Peyton with the back set for Anderson. Coyotes in position. Outside attack, a good one. Boy, over the block there.
In a game that's like this where you're going up against some strong hitters and attacks like that, you know, you have to account for some number of just strong swings that you're not going to be able to get to. And that's what makes some of these fundamentals even that much more significant.
Boyd with the roll this time. Right side attack hits the antenna. The Eagles will be the beneficiary of that error. Parmo will enter for Briggs for the Coyotes. Blue enters for Boyd for the Lady Eagles. Good serve, Coyotes setting up the right side attack, rolled. Wow, tight roll.
That was one of those hits that, you know, watching it, it looked like it was in the air for so long that it seemed as if it were going to go out, and I think that's what Whiting thought as well.
That serve goes long. Sprouse will exit for Walker. Anderson with the serve. A wide pass, and the Coyotes will give the free ball. Anderson. Peyton. Kinsey. Yes!
And again, Kinsey just ready for that ball in the middle. The Eagles able to execute that quick set to her.
Anderson with a good serve down the line. Outside attack, off some hands. Played by Anderson. In the middle for Kinsey, again gets the kill.
Peyton being wise there to give that back to Kinsey, who seems to have the hot hands right now.
Okay, 16-21. Lady Eagles stringing some points together. Anderson. Again, a good serve down the line. This time a right side attack. Blocked! That's the penetration Lady Eagles have been looking for.
Absolutely. And, you know, with a back set like that, there was some element of potentially trying to throw off the block, but it was back set from so far across the court that the Lady Eagles had time to get up that block that was able to shut that play down.
Tipped over, Metzger read it. In the middle, Peyton, Whiting, inside for Metzger with the roll, handled by the Coyotes, but it'll be an outside attack. Down, Whiting gets it to Peyton. Wide for Metzger. Big swing off some hands, and they just score again.
That play all just looked effortless to some extent, and that's what this play should look like at this point.
Lady Eagles resurgent out of that timeout. The Coyotes will call one of their own. All right, both teams have used one of their 2 timeouts. Anderson will be back to serve. Good serve. Coyotes get it up. The roll comes over. Anderson, Peyton, wide for Metzger. Big swing, just long. Asking for some hands. Oh, unfortunately, none given there for Metzger, as I think she looked at both line judges and the up official asking for that. Lady Eagles will set up first offense. Lou, Peyton. There's Kinsey in the middle. She's had the hot hand. Peyton gets it wide to Metzger. Oh, tries the roll with a sharp angle and doesn't quite get it. Coyotes now responding out of this timeout. Just a couple errors there by the Lady Eagles have shifted the momentum back to the Coyotes a little bit. Metzger with a good swing off some hands there. Coyotes will play it from the outside. Whiting, tight. Oh, and too tight for Peyton. And we've reached set point here in set 2. Lou, Peyton in the middle for Kinsey. Handled there by the Coyotes. Outside attack, high off the block, played by the Coyotes. Tight along the net, tipped deep. Lou gets there. Boy, a violation, I believe, called by Peyton, net violation, and it'll be a point for the Coyotes that ends this second set, 25-18. This is our extended break between the second and third sets. We'll rejoin you for set 3.
Eagle fans, it's time for your in-between set game. Today we're playing a game called Soar and Score. It's a plane toss game. We have 2 contestants, Tanner and Nash. If either can land a plane on the target, they win an Eagles water bottle. Tanner, you can go with your first throw now. A little to the left. Nash, you're up now. That counts. He hit the target. Eagle fans, last throw here. Make some noise for Nash here. Congratulations to our contestants. Thanks for participating. Good luck to our Eagles in the second half here.
All right, we're ready here for set 3. Lady Eagles trailing 2-1 after losing 25-19, 25-18 in those first 2 sets. We saw some good play out of the Lady Eagles in that second set, reducing some of those service errors. What are you looking for here in this third set for the Lady Eagles to be competitive?
I think going back and just trying to get into a rhythm, starting off your play with solid serve receive or solid passes up to the setter, just executing a strong offense, one that's not overly complicated at this point, but just establishing that rhythm. It seems like the Eagles have not been able to get into a good rhythm yet this game.
Oh, tip just missed it there by Kinsey.
And that was such a good thought by Kinsey. I really like that she was, trying to purposefully redirect that sharply from the center line.
Brooks, Peyton, Michaela Kinney in to start this one. Tight, blocked, Metzger gets it. Kinsey ends up going on 2. Good play there by the Lady Eagles, keeping it alive. Blocked, point goes to the Coyotes. Kinsey, back set for Metzger. And the net violation goes to the Lady Eagles this time. Boyd enters for Lou. So we've got Kinsey, Kinney, and Boyd in the front row. Metzger, Peyton, Brooks in the back row. Rolled. Oh, tough timing there for the Lady Eagles, and the point goes to the Coyotes. Ball enters the libero to serve. Boyd up high for Peyton, back to Boyd. She goes cross court, attack, and gets the kill.
Good swing by Boyd there and good placement as well. It was a good swing. It was a solid swing. It wasn't the strongest swing that we've seen out of her, but I think because of taking a little bit off that swing and then targeting that area, she found the success that she did.
Thrown over by the Coyotes, and that one whistled. Little extended contact by St. Amant there in the middle. And the error will give Brooks the serve. Deep, handled by the Coyotes. A little bit off the net, but the attack comes in. Strong attack. Oh, Metzger gets there. Boyd gives the free ball, but the Lady Eagles play on. In the middle, just avoids the block of Anderson. Metzger gives it to Boyd. Good swing, and Anderson kills the overpass. What a play by the Lady Eagles.
And you can see the effect of that play. It goes far beyond just earning 1 point. That was such an energizing play for the Eagles. You saw it from the defensive hustle, starting with Metzger, all the way through.
Brooks earns the ace. Something on that first point, I thought I heard a little more noise out of the Lady Eagles bench, and they are definitely more into this third set.
And, I mentioned at the beginning of this match that coming off of a busy weekend, a tiring weekend where, there's not only 4 matches involved but also travel, that's when you really want to be able to rely on your bench to bring some of that extra energy.
Clear touch there, and the Lady Eagles riding this energy. 6-3 lead.
As a game that very much so is a game of momentum, this energy level makes such a huge difference.
Rolled over, Metzger is there. Peyton back set for Kinney. On the right side, she gets the kill.
That attack from the right side from Kinney, I think, is deceptive because so often her shoulders are pointing in a certain direction, but she's able to rotate her wrist and get an angle that you wouldn't necessarily expect.
And this energized start from the Lady Eagles forces the Coyotes timeout. All right, Coyotes looking to adjust out of that timeout, but the Lady Eagles looking to carry this momentum. Brooks keeps it going with a good serve. Right side attack off the hands of Anderson. Metzger gets it to Peyton. There in the middle for Anderson. Dug up high, out of system for the Coyotes. Oh, and the net violation by Anderson, trying to get that penetration, gives the point to the Coyotes.
We haven't seen too much out of Anderson so far this match, and once again, I think that's indicative of the fact that, Helen hasn't quite been getting those crisp passes that she needs to be able to use Anderson in a way that she just did.
Big swing there by Anderson. That was a little bit less of, we see Helen a lot of times with the middle with those really quick sets. That one was a little bit higher for Anderson, and boy, she just pounded it.
And when you have a hitter like Anderson or even like Kinsey, both middle hitters for the Eagles this season, they have the ability that when they are given the opportunity for a big, strong approach, they can do a lot with that ball. So often they go to those quick sets in the middle, and those are very effective. But once again, just giving the defense a different look can prove equally as effective.
Blocked. Oh, but Peyton off the block, unable to do anything with it. We saw Whiting enter to serve there for Michaela Kinney. And the Coyotes making a couple changes as well. Carrero to serve. Metzger. Peyton back set for Anderson. Dug, but not effectively.
And once again, that was still a quick set there in the middle, but it was high enough to give Anderson the space to fully extend and go through a full swing. Something that, if that set's not high enough, a tall middle like Anderson or Kinsey, they don't have the room to have that full extension.
Lou enters to serve. Good one from the senior captain. And the free ball will come over. Whiting, Peyton, Anderson tipped deep, scores.
There's something deceptive about Lou's serves. You see them and they don't look like the toughest serve, but she puts a certain spin on the ball that makes them difficult to read and also causes them to bounce unexpectedly.
A little bit of backspin on that one. Brooks up high. Lou gets it to Metzger. She gives the roll a good one. Coyotes outside attack. Rolled. Whiting gets there. Peyton. Metzger with the roll handled by the Coyotes. Both teams scrambling. A strong attack out, looking for the touch, none given.
As we see the Eagles applying stronger and more consistent pressure of their own, now we're starting to see the Coyotes make some of those mistakes that the Eagles have been making throughout this match so far.
Lou serving as the Lady Eagles lead 12-5. Right side attack. Evades the block, but Lou to Peyton. Tight for Metzger, tipped. And Brooks gets it to Peyton. Back to Metzger. Big swing. Coyotes still alive. The free ball comes over. Brooks to Peyton. Anderson! Lady Eagles firing on all cylinders right now.
I mentioned at the beginning of the set that I was looking for the Lady Eagles to get into more of a rhythm, and we're seeing them fully in that rhythm. You're seeing the timing just clicking so much better between defense and the setter, between the setter and the hitters.
High and long, point for the Lady Eagles. If they came in a little tired, maybe a little lagging for energy, just this little bit of energy, I think has been the spark they needed.
Absolutely.
14-5. Lou consistent. The overpass. Anderson doesn't miss.
This energy is so pivotal, and this is an emotional game in that when you have a hit like Anderson just had, it is so energizing, it is so uplifting. When you are able to do that, it tends to increase the success that you're having on all areas, serving included.
Yeah, 16-5. The ace from Lou, and the Coyotes will take another timeout. Okay, 16-5. Lou will head back to serve.
And coming out of this timeout, we'll see if the Lady Eagles can maintain that energy that they had been building throughout the course of this set.
Started off with a good serve. Tipped. Anderson to Peyton. Here's Metzger. Rolled. And a net violation.
Once again, we're seeing this increased pressure forcing that type of errors, those net violations. You see those when a team is under more pressure.
Smart play there from Metzger. Ends up earning that point. Lou, consistent service pressure, rolled over Whiting. Dug there by the Coyotes and unable to quite get anything on that. Lady Eagles, a commanding 18-5, just amazingly different.
Yeah.
Hard pressed for words to describe how different this third set has been. Tips. Brooks gets there. Peyton. Metzger. Coyotes still in it, but well off the net.
I think
Unable to get it over.
When we consider this run that the Eagles have been on, of course, you know, we're seeing Metzger and Anderson just swinging for all their worth out of the front row. But we can't overlook the fact that, once again, it's been Lou's consistent serving in the back row that has enabled this entire run. Not only has she allowed for the continuation of the run, but she's earned points herself with those aces.
All right, and the Coyotes scoring there out of the middle. And certainly there might have been a slight letdown for the Coyotes, leading 2-0, seeing the Lady Eagles build momentum, but it still requires Lady Eagles to play without error.
Right.
And they've done that so far in this third set. And we see, maybe a collision there. And it does look like Williams is going to be able to walk that one off. You worry about ankles in volleyball.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you are a player that you know that you're prone to tweaking an ankle like that, you're even more hypersensitive to it, and it looked like she was on the lookout for that.
Solo block there from Megan Kinsey. 21-6. Anderson, the freshman, to serve. Back set. Over the block, tight. Oh, and Peyton misread that one. It falls on the Lady Eagles side. And let's see, Brooks, the libero, will enter. (21-7). Dykes to serve. Lou, Peyton, up high for Metzger. Evades the block. And no touch given, point for the Coyotes. Lou, Peyton, Metzger with the tip. Whiting reads it off the block. Back set for Megan Kinsey, off some hands. Coyotes play. Whiting was there off the block. Metzger still in play, tipped. Metzger gets it to Peyton. Back to Metzger. Off some hands and she scores.
Definitely seeing some strong swings on both sides, both teams being forced to use their defense quite a bit.
Michaela Kinney enters the front row for Allie Whiting. Peyton with a good serve. Coyotes with an outside attack. Blocked. Coyotes play on. Blocked, but out of bounds. Boschel to serve for the Coyotes. 22-9, Lady Eagles lead in this third set. Up high, Michaela Kinney off some hands. Kinsey gets it up high. Kinney again on the outside, and she'll switch this time with Metzger. The block, unable to get anything on that, and it splits the Lady Eagles back line.
The Eagles are in a good position to take this set. However, they want to make sure that they end this set on a strong note so that they carry some of that momentum into the following set.
Peyton just unable to avoid the net there on that tight pass. Metzger. Peyton back set for Metzger. Big swing off some hands. Coyotes dig it. From the right side, really tight. Kinsey there, but just a bit off the net, and the point goes to the Coyotes. Brooks, Peyton, Kinsey in the middle. Top spin, but not enough. Looking for a touch, none given. 22-13, Coyotes with the serve again. First offense, this one wide, Kinney with the tip. Off the block, gets it up high, Kinney with another swing. She'll switch sides. And Metzger and Kinsey with the block. Peyton gets it up to Brooks. Kinney with the swing into the net. And Lady Eagles.
You know, you're feeling this energy dip some. The key at this point in the game is to just string together a few solid plays, and that energy will return just as quickly as it did earlier this set.
In the middle, off of the hand of Brooks. And the Lady Eagles will take a timeout, try to right the ship. (22-15) Lady Eagles lead in this third set. They dropped the first two, but have built a big lead in this third set. They look to close it out. Brooks, good first pass. Peyton, here's Michaela Kinney. Good swing dug by the Coyotes. Outside attack, rolled. Brooks gets it to Peyton. In the middle for Kinsey. There's the kill they needed. It had been a string of points for the Coyotes, finally ended. Boyd enters the front row. Minton enters to serve. Good serve by Abby Minton. And the tip comes over. Oh, a good one. Good high bump there by Kinsey. Boyd with the swing. In the middle, blocked. Oh, Boyd with the dive. It falls just in front of her. Metzger will re-enter for Minton. 23-16. Lady Eagles setting up the first offense. That one's deep. Sometimes it's hard to resist that ball going past you. Boyd's hands went up for a second.
Yeah, and you're so ingrained as a player, you know, chase every ball, get to every ball, that you have to really fight that instinct.
Brooks with the serve here on set point. Big swing, Brooks with the dig. Metzger to Boyd. Oh, and just misplayed.
Those out-of-system balls are difficult to get to, and just a little miscontact there.
24-17, Lady Eagles will have a chance to set up their offense to earn a victory here in this third set. Boyd, Peyton, back to Boyd. Cross court. handled by the Coyotes. The block was there, but it's a point for the Coyotes. Metzger, Peyton, in the middle for Anderson. She definitely got into more of a rhythm in this third set.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was given more opportunities to get into that rhythm.
We'll be back for set number 4. Lady Eagles win this one 25-18. All right, the teams are getting lined up for this fourth set. Carrie, the Lady Eagles, jumping out to a big lead in that third set. What'd you like? What do they need to do here in this fourth set?
Well, obviously the entire team effort of raising that energy level was just key throughout the second set. And, you know, I say the entire team effort because that wasn't just the players on the court. It was the entire bench engaging with the players on the court. That was so key to what they were doing in the second set, or in the third set, rather.
All right, it'll be the setter, Helen Payton, getting us started with the serve, handled by the Coyotes. In the middle, off the hands of Kinsey. Good job there by Metzger, getting it back to Kinsey. Tipped. Whiting gets it there to Payton, wide for Metzger. Big swing, and she gets the kill.
And that's a great start. You know, that's what you couldn't ask for much more coming off of that break between the two sets.
Payton deep, but handled by the Coyotes. Outside attack, splits the block. Dug by, no, not dug by Lou, just in front of her. Edwards will enter for Carrero.
That block, if they just close that gap, if they close that gap there, they'll be able to take care of those hits.
Whiting gives the free ball. Oh, it was a good one down the line and ends up getting the point for the Lady Eagles. Two-one, it'll be Abby Minton to serve. She's been the service specialist for the Lady Eagles lately. Another good one. You can see why. Oh, and just diving save there by Brooks, and Kinsey tried to reach for it. Metzger will re-enter on defense. Serve there by Ball. Brooks, Peyton, Boyd, off some hands, handled by the Coyotes. From the right side, off the hands of Boyd. Point Coyotes. Good attack.
And after a set like that, third set, you can imagine between the two sets, the coaches, on the one hand, you have the Coyotes coach Shirley just reminding his players, get back to what you guys did for the first two sets. And then you have Coach Homan with the Eagles getting her players to, just continue what you did in the last set. So it's really a battle to see which of those two determinations will be able to come out in this fourth set. And as you get later and later in a match, it's so much more, even more of a mental game.
Free ball goes over. In the middle for Anderson. Oh, off some hands and dug. Tipped deep. Poor contact, though, by the Coyotes, and the error gives the point to the Lady Eagles. Anderson, Boyd, Whiting in the front row. Peyton, Metzger, and Brooks in the back row. They avoided all service errors in the third set.
Mm-hmm. And, in part because of Lou's serving 10 in a row in that third set, I believe.
Anderson! Great timing there by the freshman.
As we see this connection between Peyton and Anderson continue to improve and solidify throughout the season, we're seeing these swings from Anderson just get stronger and stronger.
Metzger, good dig there to Peyton. Metzger, Peyton, Anderson, tips down there, and point for the Lady Eagles. Boy, great work. Again, Peyton just having a lot of options for her sets.
Yeah, having a lot of options for her sets, but then also having the mental discipline to be using them.
Still up, and just down. Good effort there by the Lady Eagles. As we play in this tight fourth set, 6-5, Coyotes will serve, but the Lady Eagles lead. Metzger, Peyton, back set. Anderson gets there. And a little off the net, the free ball goes to the Lady Eagles. Brooks. Peyton for Anderson, blocked. Still up. Whiting gets, wow, what a kill by Anderson.
When you're as tall as Anderson is, you can contact a free ball like that, and it seems almost like an attack.
Okay, a quick timeout in this fourth set by the Coyotes. Lady Eagles leading 7-5. All right, and the Lady Eagles will head back to serve out of this timeout. Boyd exiting, Lou entering into that service position.
You know, in the third set, there had been 10 points scored before the Coyotes were forced to call it a timeout and regroup. In this set, 12 points being scored before the first timeout called. Both of those pretty early timeouts, and you can be encouraged if you are forcing that timeout call at that early point in the match or set. You're doing something great.
Coyotes with a big swing. Earned the point there. Ooh, that one a low set. Anderson ended up handling it nicely. She'll head back to serve. She'll exit then for Brooks after that error. And it'll send Dykes back to serve for the Coyotes. Lou. Peyton, wide for Metzger, off the block, tipped. A quick tip there by the Coyotes.
That was an interesting choice there and certainly unexpected by the defense. Not even really a jumping approach to that tip.
Lou Peyton quick there for Kinsey, and she gets the point off the missed dig.
Kinsey handled that ball well. You know, we've talked about Anderson doing a good job of fully extending, getting those higher passes from Peyton, giving her room to fully extend. You know, Kinsey didn't quite have room to fully extend there, but still placed that ball well and got a sharp attack on it.
Good serve by Peyton, earns the ace. 10-8, Lady Eagles lead. Deep and long. Bushell to serve. Brooks, Peyton, back set. Metzger off that right side this time. And a back row attack. Brooks, Peyton in the middle for Kinsey. Wide, just missed the line.
We're still seeing that timing a little bit mistimed there. Kinsey not quite having enough room to extend and get a full swing.
Metzger, Peyton wide for Whiting on the outside, and the Coyotes let that one fall. Good cross court there from Whiting. And Minton will enter for Metzger. Boyd in for Lou. Good serve from Minton. Middle attack. Off some hands. Peyton gets it up high. Brooks comes to set it. Good job there by Whiting, but the Coyotes will set up their offense off the antenna, point for the Lady Eagles.
Good attack by Whiting, putting that pressure on, forcing the Coyotes out of system, ultimately resulting in an error.
Minton again, a good serve. Back set. Blocked. Boyd was there.
Block doing a really good job of reading that with a set that's that far outside. You know, the hitter really only has one direction to go, and the block read it well and was prepared to address that block or that attack.
These service errors mounting in this fourth set, but Lady Eagles still leading 13-11.
This is a point in the set where you realize the Eagles are leading 13-11 still, when you account for the missed points from those missed serves, but also the momentum shifts from each of those serves, missed serves. That makes such a crucial difference in an evenly matched opponent.
Coyotes answer with an ace. Metzger, this time to Peyton. Whiting. Up high, off some hands. Peyton Brooks gets it up for Kinsey, deep corner. Handled by the Coyotes. Through the hands of Kinsey. Coyotes will set up their offense on that overpass. Kinsey with the block. Deep And too deep. Point for the Lady Eagles. Line judge watching that one intently. 14-12 Brooks to serve. Back and forth in this fourth set. Oh! With the ace.
You know, she really placed that well in an area where several of the Coyotes were in a position to be able to get that, and often those can be the trickiest serves to receive.
Through the block right there, just unable to close the gap were Whiting and Anderson. It'll send St. Amant back to serve. Metzger, good pass there to Peyton, wide for Boyd. Down the line, and she scores. Great attack by Boyd.
We see Boyd go cross court so often that when she does go line, that gives the defense something unexpected.
Westbury entering for the Coyotes. Deep serve there by Whiting, handled by the Coyotes in the middle, and off the hands of Whiting and down. Metzger, pass to Peyton, backs at Anderson. Oh, no contact given there, and it's a point on the fourth contact by the Lady Eagles. Point for the Coyotes. 16-15. Lady Eagles have held a slim lead most of this fourth set. They give a free ball there, and the Coyotes will set up their offense. Off the hands of Peyton, and this fourth set is now tied 16-16.
We're seeing the Coyotes go back to a lot of, really fundamental play here. They're not running tricky offenses for the last several plays. They've just been good, solid swings.
Boyd with the attack. Tips. Whiting gets there, and they play on. In the middle, tipped. Oh, and Anderson. It's always kind of tricky. Was that a block? Was that a first hit? Regardless, we'll head to the timeout here by the Lady Eagles. All right, coming out of this timeout, Carrie, what are you looking for the Lady Eagles to pull off this fourth set?
I mentioned right before that timeout that the Coyotes have done a good job of just executing some nice, solid play. I think if the Lady Eagles are able to pull that off right now, they'll see the momentum shift their direction.
Oh, great attack by Whiting, finds the corner.
You want those good in-system plays that I was just mentioning, but you'll also take those more out-of-system plays as well.
All right, ties this game again at 17. The first three sets had been lopsided either one way or the other. This one, back and forth. Lou with a good serve here. In the middle, tipped deep. Brooks read it. In the middle for Anderson, gets the kill.
A little bit of a tighter set there, a shorter set, but Anderson wisely putting that all the way in the back corner of the court.
Oh, an uncharacteristic there. Those service errors have haunted the Lady Eagles a little bit this evening. And the Coyotes tie this one back 18-all. Whiting. Metzger, big swing. Earns the point off the block. Anderson, good serve. Up high, a right side attack. Lou to Peyton, wide for Metzger. With the roll, off the block. Peyton gives it to Metzger again. With the roll, this time she earns it. (2018).
One of the strengths of this particular Eagles team is that they do such a good job of transitioning off the net quickly after an attack, and by doing so, these hitters make themselves available for that next attack.
Kinsey there on the block, but it falls on their side of the court. Point for Coastal Alabama. Lou, Peyton, Metzger. No block that time, but the Coyotes handle it. Metzger reads the tip. Peyton goes on two, but oh, just wide.
A good thought and a good idea to attack there, and it was even placed well on that far side. Just needed to get a little bit more of an angle down on that ball.
Just floated a bit wide, and it'll be Dykes to serve again. Lou gets it up high for Peyton. There's Kinsey. Great timing there from Peyton.
You know, that was good timing, but once again, we see this really quick set, and Kinsey not even using her full swing there, her full ability, but still making a great play on the ball.
Peyton to serve. 21-20, Lady Eagles lead. Deep, handled by the Coyotes. Outside attack, rolled, read by Peyton. Brooks gives it to Metzger, rolled, and she gets the kill.
You know, it's interesting here in this fourth set, as both teams are getting more and more tired, we're seeing more rolls, more off-speed attacks.
Yeah, that 22-20 lead will force the Coyotes timeout. All right, the Coyotes using their second timeout. If they can pull out this fourth set, they will earn the victory here this evening, but the Lady Eagles will look to finish off a few points and extend this to a fifth set. Metzger with the swing, still up for the Coyotes. Good swing there, but Peyton will have an in-system attack to Whiting. From the right side, Lou gets it up to Peyton. This time to Metzger. Big swing, gets the kill. Metzger had gone roll for a while. Big swing there.
Yeah. And both teams, once again, we're going to that roll option more and more here at the end of the fourth set.
This game extending an hour and 40 minutes at this point. The free ball coming. Oh, this one, the set was just a bit behind Kinsey there. And Coyotes read that one. 23-21, Lady Eagles lead.
Serve receive on this particular serve at this point in the set is going to be especially significant. The Lady Eagles don't want to allow the Coyotes to string together any points here.
Metzger, Peyton, back set for Metzger. Big swing, finds the corner. Good right side attack there from Metzger. They've earned a set point here in this fourth set. It'll be Minton to serve. Good job by Peyton there using her right side attacker. Minton with the good serve. Up high, back set. Tipped. Oh, and a net contact. They're just going to go ahead and give the kill to the Coyotes, 24-22. Lady Eagles still with a couple more set points, should they need them. But they'll look to finish it out with the first offense here. Brooks gets it up high. Peyton. Oh, Kinsey tried to give a free ball, but into the net. 24-23. Not quite what the Lady Eagles were looking for there, but they've got another chance. Oh, boy, unfortunate. And we'll head to some extra volleyball, but I think we're going to have a timeout. Yes, timeout by the Lady Eagles first. All right, it is win by 2 here. Lady Eagles tied with the Coyotes 24-24 late in this fourth set. Brooks still alive. Peyton gives the free ball. Coyotes will set their offense. And it goes to the Coyotes 25-24. They've reached a match point. Metzger, Peyton. There's Kinsey. She gets the kill.
That's the pass that I had mentioned a few plays ago. You know, serve receive at this point in the set, so crucial. That perfect pass up to Peyton allowed Peyton to set up that point. So great job by the Eagles on that one.
Brooks, good serve. Coyotes setting their offense up. Outside attack, blocked. Still up. Nope, not up any longer. Unable to quite get over there, the block. And it'll be St. Amant serving for the match. Floating Metzger. Whiting. Brooks gives the free ball. Coyotes in the middle. Finish it off. 27-25. Good fight in the third and fourth sets by the Lady Eagles, but not quite enough.
We would like to thank
Carry
the
some
Andrews
closing
Institute
thoughts.
for providing
I think coming
team
off of
physicians,
this
Dr. Adam Ands
match,
and
one of
Dr.
the things
Travis
that the Lady
Roth,
Eagles can
and
recognize
certified
is,
athletic
one,
trainer Stephen Halsey
they have the
for
ability
medical
to play
coverage
tired.
of
You know, we saw them get
Pensacola
off to a
Christian
slow start,
College.
but then by the time they got to that third set, you know, that was their strongest play of the set when they should have been the most tired at that point of the match. So they did a great job of overcoming that tiredness, but that should be something that they can take into future matches. That, yeah, they might be tired, they might be physically tired, mentally exhausted, but they can still play at a high level, and at that point it's such a mental game. So looking ahead toward their coming games, as they close out the season, I think that's going to be especially important.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. This evening, Lady Eagles losing 3-1 to the Coyotes, but some good effort there from the Lady Eagles. This weekend, they'll be hosting a tri-match. That'll be this Saturday as we take on a couple of colleges here in the Nest. The Lady Eagles will honor 2 seniors on the team, Grace Liu and Allie Whiting. Lady Eagles Senior Night coming up this Saturday.